What is up, YouTube land? We're back with more Final Fantasy VII Remake, and apparently there's going to be a not fun boss coming up.
There's a lot of not fun bosses coming up.
Let's go! Hopefully everyone's having a good day.
The rest of this chapter is just a boss gauntlet.
Yep.
Let's see that Jenova.
Although I think they're fun. It's just, well, there's one boss I don't think is fun. The rest of them are fun.
So it is now almost the new year, 2023. This might be up before that. Anyway, how
yeah, we're pretty much caught up with current uploads, so this will be the next one. It'll probably be right before the new year.
Yeah. Probably, I won't put anything up on probably Friday. Yeah. Anyway, how did Crisis Core do? People like it?
I hear that it's a pretty good remake, but it's still the same game basically, so it still has the same dumb plot.
Is it
the same
like
gameplay.
this level of remake, or is it just like an HD remaster or whatever?
Yeah, it's definitely just like HD remaster.
Well, it's good that people get to actually play it now. Because I feel like a lot of people didn't play because it was on PSP.
Yeah.
When's Square gonna remake Third Birthday, Parasite Eve?
The game no one likes.
So people can play it on a system that's not PSP.
I should do that. Well, we'll have to do Parasite Eve 1 and 2 first, but Third Birthday is such an unimaginable screw-up in every single sense. It is amazing. But people don't really talk about it because Parasite Eve is just like a niche series.
I will say, I call PE 1. You can definitely have PE 2.
That's fine.
But
dude, PE 1, you should do it next Christmas because obviously it takes place on Christmas.
Next Christmas, Aya Brea.
I mean, it's gonna take forever, so you'd have to start in October.
You know,
yeah.
he really likes you.
I guess that is true. That's one of those games where there's just a lot of story.
But he has a hard time opening up to people.
And I'd like to finally, I don't know if I would actually do it, but I'd like to finally do what's that building? The Chrysler building? The one where you can go 100 levels up? I'd like to finally be able to do that. I never, like, grinded enough or learned how to do it enough or even cared enough to go that gauntlet of 100 floors.
But you can get there, like, preemptively and literally end the game on that tower. It's so awesome. It's, like, such an awesome, like New Game Plus sort of thing.
Huh. So, like, as soon as you're able to get there, you just go there and do it?
Yeah, like, once you beat the game and it's, like, New Game Plus, like, I guess the game just, like, recognizes you have a completed save file.
Oh,
you can get there early, and then the thing that you beat at the end solves the plot in its own way, which is really cool. So this is another case of taking a regular FF7 enemy and making it a boss.
I remember this.
This boss is actually pretty easy, thankfully.
I understand that reference! So, I just want to take a moment and talk about how I'm 3 out of 10 sad that DC movies, like DC comic movies, are like not a thing, because I really enjoyed Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I guess that's it. Oh, I like Wonder Woman. I like the first Wonder Woman. But it just sucks that that it's all pretty much dead now.
Did they confirm that?
They, like, fired everyone. Like, Henry What's-His-Name isn't gonna be Superman anymore and all this stuff. So they're pretty much done. Which is a shame. Because I like my more dark and gritty nonsense as compared to Marvel. Not that I like either that much, but I would prefer that.
Yeah, Marvel is too, like, quippy and self-aware. Personally, I don't like either. I hate superhero movies in general. So I don't care.
I found out that, you know how The Rock had that movie, Black Adam, where he was supposed to be that character for, like, almost 20 years? So it pretty much flopped. Like, people were tepid on it, and it didn't make a ton of money and all that. But he started out as a solo movie. There was, like, no introduction of the character before. And apparently he was supposed to have, like, a part, like a small part, and then, like, an ending thing in the movie Shazam, which actually did really well, all things considered. Like, I thought no one knows who Shazam is for the most part. Like, your average person. And it did pretty well, actually. Like, people liked it and made a good amount of money. But he wasn't included in Shazam because he didn't want to be. Like, they literally had him in and he was like, no, I want my own... I want to start with my own, solo movie. And then it flopped. So that's kind of funny.
That is funny.
In my opinion. And there we have... all of our YouTube fans are like... All they do is badmouth stuff. Yes.
Yeah, everything sucks.
Yeah.
Except
King
for the
Chad,
very
yes.
except for the very specific things I like.
I just like how, and all the things that I like don't exist anymore. Like literally, I mean, even something like Callisto Protocol, like whatever, you know.
Hey, new Dead Space remake. We like remakes here, right?
Yeah.
I love remakes. I love remakes of not that old games that look fine on current hardware.
Yeah, FF7 Remake, I mean, clearly they put tons of thought into it. Dead Space Remake, I watched like the first 20 minutes of it, like I skimmed through it, and it was like a one-for-one reshot.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It's like the only difference is like shinier graphics and like different, I don't even want to say better lighting, it's just different lighting. It's like, yep, cool. Love remakes.
Doesn't make much sense to me.
Remakes are fine if they're like really old games, or like I hear like rumors about like a Kid Icarus Uprising remake in 2023, and like any game on the 3DS can be justified to have a remake because 3DS was a 240p screen piece of crap.
Yeah.
And Kid Icarus Uprising has like controls that literally hurt my hands, so just that's. Accessibility is maybe a justification, but still, I hate remakes. I'm playing a remake right now, but this is more like a reimagining quasi-Sea-Doo sequel. And I like it. I know a lot of people get very, very mad that this game is more of a sequel than a remake, but a one-by-one remake would be boring.
The elevators are safe.
Wait, you're talking about FF7?
Yeah.
People can shut up.
Alright.
FF7 is like one of the most important games in my life, and when I played this, I was like, "Oh, cool! They added stuff."
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I mean, everything that they like changed and added isn't perfect.
And
but
they didn't like
the fact that Rebirth is coming out in like a year, hopefully, and we honestly don't know what it's gonna be like. Is it gonna be faithful to like they shown like a brief gameplay of Sephiroth and Cloud walking in Calm. So they're probably going to do the Calm flashbacks, but how much are they going to do from the original game?
Right.
Especially after the ending of this game, it's like, it could be anything. And that's exciting to me. I like when I just don't know what we're going to get.
Well, that's why.
And it could be a huge disaster, but the fact that I don't know exactly what's going to happen is nice.
I legitimately do not watch... If I'm actually excited for something, I don't watch anything on it. Not like if hypothetically I was excited for the new Batman movie because I like Batman, and I didn't watch a single thing on it. It came out and then it came to streaming, and I was like, I want to watch this. You know what I mean? Like the fact that people like, you know, like I gotta see the first 30 minutes of gameplay, or I gotta see this and this. I'm like, I don't know. If I'm excited for it, I'm really gonna get it anyway. Like, yes, I understand if you're on the fence and you're like, what's this Dead Space? Great. But if I was, like, super excited for the Dead Space remake, I wouldn't look at a single thing of it. RE4 remake. I have not watched a trailer, and I'm not going to watch a trailer. It's going to come out...
It appears Hojo's done having his fun.
Is it coming out on PS4?
I forget. Originally, they only showed new gen, but I remember that I think it is coming out for PS4.
So it's going to come out. If it comes out for PS4, I'm going to get it day one. If it comes out on PS5, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I really don't want to buy a PS5. Maybe I'll borrow it from George or something when he's done.
Yeah, you can also borrow it from me, probably.
Sure. Yeah, whichever.
I know that you want to play it like right away, but I really hope that RE4 doesn't have a PS4 version. Because it's going to limit the scope of the game so much.
Yeah, you know what, that's true.
But I think it does have a PS4 version.
I see exactly where you're coming from, and me saying that is more selfish, because I really just don't want to upgrade to PS5 yet. I'm at the point where my OG model PS4, even when I'm playing a game that doesn't involve a disc, sounds like literally a jet engine. And I'm like, we have a billion PS4 Pros at the store, so I'm like, do I just switch to PS4 Pro, but then I have to re-download all this stuff? You know what I mean? Like, I'm in that kind of in-between. And it's not like we ever have PS5s at the store, so I would have to, like, I don't know, wait for one to get traded in or something, and I don't want to take that away from someone who's actually going to play it right away, you know? So. I can't remember, I think the last system that we had the first year it came out was PS2. Because PS3 I got way later, Wii I got way later, PS4 I'm pretty sure we got way later. At least like 6 months or a year or whatever. I'm just not an early adapter of things.
So right now I'm equipping protective boots that becomes immune to stop for no particular reason on every character.
Jane's Addiction Stop?
Yeah, you're immune to liking that song.
No! Fate Worse Than Death. Here we go!
So what's above this floor?
But yeah, I'm actually, in a lot of ways, I'm glad that the stuff I like happens to be, like, somewhat niche. Like, they're never gonna be like, oh, here's a Clock Tower remake. Like, I would die. I would just, like, and not in a good way. I would be like, God dang it. I'm happy with playing the stuff that's inspired by it, like Nightcry. Remember Nightcry? Well, we played that on the channel, and crap like that.
Dude, Nightcry, the physical copies that were only released from Kickstarter, that I have one, are ridiculously expensive and rare now.
No! And the game is it PC physical release?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's only PC. I will tell you one thing. I'd rather play Nightcry 100 times in a row than Remothered Broken Porcelain again. I'm just reminded of bad games.
Yeah, Remothered was like... Nightcry is like an uninspired, like, super cheap garbage game. But Remothered was like a convoluted, annoying mess.
Yep. And
it sucks because Remothered, the first one, what's it called?
Remothered Tormented Fathers.
Oh, yeah. I like Tormented Fathers a lot. Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention the fact that
this stuff, by the way?
Yeah, they changed. This is like Jenova's, like, Sephiroth has Jenova now,
okay.
and like, you know how like in the original game, like Sephiroth like murders everyone in the Shinra building, and you can see the blood on the like walls and stuff.
It's awesome.
But because this game's teen and like the Sero rating in Japan's so hardcore, they like censored all of that, and even Jenova's like essence is like gelatinous purple ooze. Clearly the original is much superior in that regard.
Dude, when you walk out of the place that you're being held in the original, and you just like, the setting, and atmosphere is just incredible.
Oh, there's a punch with it.
Nice. I'm just gonna sit for a while, bud.
I didn't need the heal. Goodbye 4 MP. So the next fight that we're doing is Jenova Dream. I think that's what it's called. And it's my least favorite fight in the game, and it's probably the hardest fight too, other than super bosses. So our team is Cloud, Tifa, and Aeris, and this is one fight where Aeris is actually not that helpful, because Jenova Dream is like he's very she is very resistant to all magic, so Aeris does not do a lot of damage. And also we have to do another fight right after this. Of Aeris and Barret against the big mech thing. So we want to save as much MP as possible. So Aeris is going to be doing almost nothing.
Oh.
So this is just a weird fight where I honestly wish that Barret was the third teammate instead of Aeris.
I forget what happens here, but would you save President Shinra?
I don't want you.
That's question of the part.
Please.
Like, it's one of those, You know those,
If I was Barret, I would definitely save him, because I think he has the answer for his crimes, and just, like, falling to his death is not a punishment enough.
Let me live. Everything you want.
If it was me, I don't even think I would even bother, because I would fall down with him.
Yeah,
I'd be so scared.
But if you were, like, 8 feet tall and 5,000 pounds like Barret...
But not all the way. You want something more, don't you? More like this right here. Talk to me again like you know me.
Oh my god.
Barret! Stop it!
So I'm gonna save my actual question of the part for after the fight. but it involves 2023 releases because we're getting there. 2022 was not a big year for games, and I think a lot of that is we're finally seeing 2020, like all the like hardships and like the studios being shut down and whatever. 2022 was the year we finally saw it, right? Because games that were releasing in 2020 were essentially done. Games that were releasing in 2021 were like mostly done, but like something like a 2022 release was like in mid-development kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much any studio, even from Nintendo, like dev cycles are probably like 3, 4, if not 5 or 6 years apiece. So games coming out in 2020 were barely affected, other than like publishers being worried about when they're releasing it. 2021 probably a bit, like at the tail end you have Q&A and just testing it, final touches and polish. But yeah, I agree. 2022 and especially 2023, I think is going to be heavily affected.
Because I think people thought that, like, you know, there was a solid, I want to say 9 months, maybe, actually more like 12 to 15 months where, like, everyone was working remote, even if they were working at all. And, in something like a video game where there's so many parts together, there's just no way it's as fast as, like, actually being there in the office, you know? There's some stuff you can do at home, but, like, if there's something you have to constantly, like, show to your boss, like, hey, Kojima, I emailed you this thing, like, oh, let me give you a detailed breakdown of what I want you to change. Like, that's just so much time, rather than just pointing it out.
Yeah, and an example of, like, a big 2022 game was God of War Ragnarok. And that was 4 years and some months since God of War 2018 came out. And it literally feels like God of War 2018, like, 1.5. It doesn't even feel like a sequel. It just feels like DLC, like a full-length DLC. Because it's almost identical gameplay-wise and, like, everything about it. So, I don't know if ambitions were lowered. I mean, it has a PS4 version, but I have a feeling that COVID kind of affected it a little bit. They reuse a lot of areas in Ragnarok.
One thing I do miss about games 10 to 20 years ago...
Rip Barrett.
Rip, he's done. Especially more than 20 years ago.
So that's the reason why Barrett's not in this nice fight.
Yeah, I'm kind of remembering this. The dev cycles were so small. Like, I was watching this thing about the Medal of Honor series, and Medal of Honor came out in '99, and the sequel, Underground, which actually is a really good game, I had no idea, came out, like, a year later, and it was, like, all fresh. You know what I mean? Resident Evil 1 came out in '96, Resident Evil 2 came out in '98.
Dude, nowadays...
Like, come on!
Nowadays, 80% of budget and dev time is just for graphics. Literally, that's it. We're getting to the point of extreme diminishing returns, and it is taking so much time and money to make the games look the way they are. And I just have this feeling that games are going to plateau and stagnate. I mean, we've already seen it the last 5 years, but it's just these diminishing returns are not obtainable anymore. Budgets are ballooning out of control, and dev time takes so long, and it's all because of modeling and polygons and textures.
And
barely, and like games aren't evolving like gameplay-wise. It's just all just graphics.
Do you think it'll take like a huge, absolute disaster of a bomb, like in Hollywood, once in a while there's a bomb that's so bad that it kind of changes everything, you know? Although, unlike Hollywood movies, you can't really tell what a budget of a game is, you know? Like, I don't think they ever have to, like, announce that or anything.
Yeah. Alright, so Jenova Dream, it's a really long fight, so I'm gonna just pause for a second. Jenova Dream is a 4-phase fight, so every 25% about, he gets into a new phase. So there's not a whole lot of reason to, like, worry about the stagger bar, like, too much. Now, between the phases, the stagger bar does not reset, which is nice. But this fight, in the beginning, the first half is fairly easy. He has 2 tentacles on the left and right that you just want to attack, and then once you cripple them, he'll get staggered, or enter a vulnerable state. But the second half of this fight, I don't know how much I'm talking, that's why I'm explaining everything now. This fight is intense. The second half is he spawns a billion tentacles. You have to kill them all. He does AoE drain damage. He even drains your MP. So even though Aeris is doing nothing, she's probably going to end up with like 158 MP or something like that. So this fight is, you really have to play it safe. I use regen on everybody with Magnify because magic is really not that useful. You have to play on your toes because sometimes Jenova entered a state where if you attack it, it will counterattack for 7,000 or 8,000 damage. So if you get hit, you have to be like super quick reflexes to block it so you don't die instantly. And just play it slow and safe. I don't, because I just like playing all out offensive, but that's generally what you want to do. But you especially want to enter this fight with protective boots on that immune stop, because stop is a constant status. Like, Jenova will summon these little like blobs on the ground that just kind of like follow you, and if they touch you, they immediately cast stop for like 10 to 20 seconds. And if it's like late game and like she's doing the AoE drain attack and you're low on health and everyone gets stopped at once, it's over. You have to do the entire fight again. So always have regen on, play it safe. When you go low on health, just make sure that you cast Cure. Even though I have Cloud with the Hard Edge, which is mostly attack and not magic, because I don't want Aeris to use any MP, I'm having him also do all the mage stuff. So that's it, we'll get on with it.
Let's go! Those are very small numbers that it's taking.
Yeah, it's always like this.
For you!
Aeris, what are you doing? So those blobs on the ground, that's the thing that costs stop. Because we have protective boots on, we really don't have to worry about it at all. And also another thing about Jenova is that you can never attack behind her because she has a omnipresent tentacle you cannot destroy. So never get behind her.
We're not in the second phase yet, right?
No.
Okay. I like how Red 13's trying.
Alright, so this is the point where you do not want to attack her. If you do, she'll do that 7 to 8k damage thing.
Yeah, those big areas with slow are pretty everywhere.
Yeah, it is. If you don't do this fight with protective boots, it is a nightmare.
Jenova? He's fast. Phase 3?
Oh crap! Wasn't paying attention. So this is the phase where she'll start spawning a million tentacles. Do not ignore them. You gotta destroy all of them, even though there's like literally dozens. Triple slash is definitely your friend here.
Stay back.
Out of here. I swear she skipped her second phase, by the way, and I don't know why.
Interesting. I just assumed that...
This is what I refer to as the third phase.
Huh. Maybe I had just the right amount of damage or something.
I also didn't stagger her, which I don't usually do. Maybe she only enters the second phase when you stagger her. Yeah, do not attack her when she's doing that rejection thing.
You gonna use that summon?
Probably not.
I'll show you what I can do.
Summons just aren't that good. Even when, like, Bahamut uses Mega Flare, it's gonna take, like, 1,000 damage. So, I think summons are great in normal mode, but in hard mode, they're kind of outclassed.
Stay back. One more shot.
And then...
I like how the AI even knows not to attack her. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But obviously, if the AI does do it, it doesn't penalize you.
Yeah. And Eris only attacks until she has full ATB charge. It's funny.
Oh.
I'm coming.
You're on the second time through the alphabet.
Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Okay, blocked it. Man, she is just being so annoying.
Definitely a stagger coming soon.
I'm just gonna try this. Ray Judgment is like sort of Eris's... Nah, it didn't do anything. That's her very like stagger-oriented move, but when she's doing this, it just doesn't matter.
I'm coming.
Man, they give you just no time with these tentacles. They're just constant.
Yeah, and when the tentacles are there, you can't do any damage to Jenova.
Nice!
Alright, Cloud actually has his limit break, but I'm gonna save it.
But you said there's still another form.
Yeah. Alright, so fourth phase right here. So very similar to the third form, but she'll teleport everywhere while doing the tentacle thing. But there's way less emphasis on the tentacles. She'll only spawn like a couple.
You're up. Here goes. Give your best shot. Stay back.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, the music is amazing.
Nice reimagining of the Jenova theme, which was always, of course, awesome.
I got
Screw it, I'm doing it.
Let's go! Did it do okay?
Did okay damage. Nothing crazy though.
Did you say there's another fight after this, or this was the fight after the other?
There's 2 more fights after this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I wonder if you're getting towards the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll finish this game in like 2 more sit-downs probably.
I think that's the first time she moved.
That is weird. Hey.
So it's my turn?
Okay.
Thanks, Red! Oh, it's over.
It's over. Man, that fight takes forever.
Give it your all. It's your turn now.
Didn't end on triple slash. Okay.
Just a Jenova clone. Or, Sephiroth clone.
Who dat? I like how he looks. The cat's eyes, I don't know.
I mean, he's always had the cat's eyes even in the original.
Has he?
I guess they're more pronounced here, but yeah, he always had weird pupils even in the original.
Something something Mako poisoning something something. That's the part where if Sephiroth were a Marvel villain, he would just start shooting down all the avalanche copters. With, like, key or something. Oh, he can fly. Wait. They fly now?
I mean, Sephiroth...
They fly now!
You remember that Sephiroth isn't, like... He isn't, like, fully corporal.
Yeah.
Even in the original, he, like, flies off because he doesn't... Like, he's manipulating the live stream and he has the Sephiroth clones and, like, he's just messing with, like, Cloud's mind and a bunch of stuff. So you can, like, justify it in so many different ways. But if Remake is just like the original, like, Sephiroth is literally in, like, North Crater, in a, like, crystal.
Yeah. I just think that was funny because we've seen him fly fast in the original, but not, like, kind of floating.
Yeah.
Bye, friends, I think.